up 306% over last year's show. That doesn't make sense because it is week 1, the same week that Lee Corso. It doesn't make sense. It just can't be a thing unless you add millions of new devices, which is exactly what the Nielsen ratings have done. This is literally how numbers lie and how Dave is getting completely over on everyone. Like, he's pulling a fast one on everybody. If they did this and they had Grambling week 1 and they were up 306%, it would look way more fishy. 2 men were arrested 20 miles outside of Cairo under suspicion of copyright infringement. Authorities confiscated devices, including laptops, smartphones. Investigators also identified the shell company possibly used to launder the advertising revenue. Whoa. Which totaled around $6.2 million. Up 306%. I was working through the StreamEast stuff and found myself contemplating pivoting to Nielsen, the ratings company, and it took me to a road of Dave Portnoy and money and this and that. So didn't have time to finish all my research. I'm a little tired, but welcome to tonight's, I guess, deep thoughts. And I'll probably do more research to make sure I get it right. But here's me working through it. So growing up, like, obviously, like, before I had access to money, it was always about, like, finding, like, illegal streaming services to try to watch games. Like, I was, like, an out-of-market guy. Like, I like the Yankees, obviously. I like the Giants, obviously. So, like, it was always about, like, finding, like, streaming services to, like, be able to watch them. And so yesterday was, like, kind of a shell shock, or 2 days ago, when I saw that StreamEast got shut down. And what was kind of wild, I thought StreamEast would, like, never go away. They got one of, like, the cooler Twitters out there, too. And so today, I guess, I don't know what to call this, but we're just going to be going through some of the StreamEast stuff. So this is an MSN. It was a USA Today Sports. So we're just going to go through it. I haven't read anything yet. I just know that there were 2 guys that got arrested. So I'm hoping that we get a little bit of a story, but going to look into the whole StreamEast thing. StreamEast Sports Piracy Network gets shut down by media companies. This might be one of the things that like really that you see like multiple medias across multiple countries kind of working on, because like StreamEast takes so much money away from everybody. Well, not so much money away from everybody. They still make a ton of money, but it's like Robinhood, right? Like, is it really stealing? Like, what are we really stealing? You know? One of the world's largest piracy networks, which offered live streams to sports fans looking to evade streaming subscriptions, has been shut down, according to a coalition of media companies. The Alliance for Creativity and Entertainment, AEC. What is this? AEC, a coalition of more than 50 global entertainment companies and film studies, announced on September 3rd that in collaboration with Egyptian authorities, it had shut down StreamEast through over 80 domains. The illegal sports streaming platform logged more than 1.6 billion visits in 1 year. That Ace, we'll call him Ace, stated in its news release. All right, let's dig into it. Let's see what we got. Because I know StreamEast has a Twitter. Because their Twitter be going crazy. And I follow them, of course. You know, I'm familiar. I think almost every sports fan by the time they hit 30 has used StreamEast. This is in 2024. It's funny how people try to take digs at us saying meth streams is better or crack streams is the best. You think we really care? Whoever is running those has the same intent as us, delivering free sports to those in need. They're not competitors. They're our allies. Real Robin Hood approach. Real Robin Hood. Whoa. Wait a second. One day ago. What's today? Today's the 5th, so like night of the 11th, 3rd. StreamEast. What? The fuck? All right, so Ace announced that they got... All right, let me look up what Ace is, actually, real quick. Because I'm not really familiar, and I should be. I feel like that's like right in my wheelhouse. All right, let's see. Yeah, Egyptians and Ace shut down the world's largest live sports piracy ring. It's broadband. All right, we'll go LA Times. I think I maybe pay for it now. Okay. Okay, September 3rd. All right, let's go back a little bit further. What is it? September. All right, so before the StreamEast news, um, they had a tweet with the fist emoji, and it's like taunting Dana White. PlayStation. Jeez, this is fried. Oregon has better receivers. Oregon has better receivers than Ohio State has in their roster right now. In 4 years, you'll look back and you realize how correct the statement is. And then StreamEast bookmarked it and came back 4 years later. Is StreamEast an Ohio State fan? That's fried. That's sick, though. All right. We haven't been shut down. Wait. World's largest illegal has been shut down, and anti-piracy group says. Battle of the sources? Are you sure about that? Okay, then why can't I access the site? Oh, got my ass. Oh my god, that's horrible by me. I guess I should have checked that first. Not associated with StreamEast. Huh. I don't think that was there before. If it was, I botched it. Because I remember following them way back in the day. Okay. Can't find site. Link salute. Okay, so they are gone. Got it. So we're back. StreamEast, done. We think. StreamEast has 80 associated domains and amassed 1.6 billion views. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So we know that. Got it. StreamEast, done. Ace worked with Egyptian authorities from July 2024 through June 2025 to investigate and ultimately arrest two operators based in, I'm not even going to try it, city in Egypt on August 24th. According to a statement, arrest two operators in Egypt. According to a statement shared with USA Today, among the confiscated items were 3 laptops and 4 smartphones used to operate the websites, in addition to 10 Visa cards containing about 6 million Egyptian pounds, which is about 123,000 US dollars. StreamEast was popular with viewers in the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, and Philippines and Germany. Ace states viewers could stream American sports like the NFL. I mean, you have to. I mean, part of this, like what also like empowers these streaming sites is like things being so inaccessible. It's like, look, like why do you get fake Rolexes? Because real Rolexes are just priced out of people that are fans of them, right? Like, why do you get like fake New York bags? Why do we get the same commercial over and over and over again? Blood's not hungry. It's like late. I gotta cook in a dream, you know? That's what it is. I mean, things get so expensive, dog. And so, like, I mean, I just remember as a kid, like, not wanting to pay for anything. And so, like, I didn't have access to money. So, like, I was on illegal sites all the time. Because, like, how else was I going to watch the Giants? Mm. Despite the legalities of StreamEast, many sports fans are upset about the takedown, especially as the NFL season starts September 4th. Yeah, honestly, like, this is a huge deal, right? Like, right before, I mean, I'm sure the NFL, I mean, we know how shitty there are. I guess we don't. Go watch Pablo Torre, find out if you want to know more. But billions of dollars, I'm sure, invested into, or millions of dollars, I'm sure, invested into shutting down StreamEast. And, I mean, they did it. I mean, they have to be one of the biggest, I mean, for the timing-wise for this to be right now, losing StreamEast before the start of the NFL season feels like your best friend just told you they're moving across the country right before the school year starts. Yeah, how much does it cost to, like, you know? Streaming services have given us more access to teams we love, but it costs at a price. For the 2025 season, Forbes estimated it would cost fans over $750 to watch every single NFL game. As more and more streaming services get into the mix with NFL, it's harder to just watch games. How to watch. Fubo TV, that plan starts at $54 a month. $84.99 after the first month. Sling, that's $45 a month. Hulu plus Live, $81.99 a month. Jeez. Fubo, Hulu Live, Disney ESPN Plus, $30 a month. Sling TV, $45 a month. Paramount Plus, it's a lot, dude. Oh, that's what happens again. Like when things cost so much, it's just like you just feel like you have to. It creates desperation because like the NFL did a really good job of like making it about like fans and community, and like when that happens, like those people like it becomes a part of their identity, and so they're gonna watch no matter what. I mean, shit, dude. I watched boxing growing up. For those who don't know, I don't think you'll understand the magnitude of how many times StreamEast came in clutch. Sports fans pointed to the price of sports streaming services why StreamEast is so popular. For context, an ESPN Unlimited subscription, which includes streaming for programming like the NFL, NBA, WNBA, blah, 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 which also is $83 a month. The move will also impact NFL viewers this season with popular streaming options like NFL Sunday Ticket and Red Zone, effectively costing fans hundreds of dollars. And we're going to get commercials on Red Zone, too. Yeah. Let's see the other article. USA Today. Try to cross. No, that's not it. Try to cross-check them. With this landmark action, we put more points on the board for sports leagues, entertainment companies, and fans worldwide, and our global alliance will stay on the field as long as it takes to identify the target and the biggest piracy rings across the globe. 2 men were arrested 20 miles outside of Cairo under suspicion of copyright infringement. Authorities confiscated devices, including laptops, smartphones, thought to be operating the site. I would be surprised if they only had one laptop operating the site. Like, really surprised. Several credit cards. Investigators also identified the shell company possibly used to launder the advertising revenue. Whoa. Which totaled around $6.2 million. And an investment of $200,000 in cryptocurrency and several properties in Egypt were also allegedly purchased with these funds. If they only got two guys, there's still a full-blown operation going on out there. Like, still full-blown. $6.2 million of advertisement money. But what was the number? There's a bigger number than that. 1.6 billion visits. I don't think that's all the money. I don't think that's not enough money. Just went to 200,000. Well, I guess like a ton of properties also already purchased. In addition to working with local Egyptian authorities, ACE investigation was aided by Europol, the U.S. Department of Justice, the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative, and the National Intellectual Property Rights Coordinator Center. Whoa. This was a full-blown, like diplomatic, operation. When I wonder, imagine, you're on the job at the CIA. Okay, the U.S. government created the IPR Center to stop predatory illegal trade practices. National Intellectual Property Rights Coordinator Center. So they do a lot. They do defense. The NIPRCC was created as a response for congressional criticism of federal enforcement efforts in the 1990s, blah, blah, blah. It was created to promote information sharing, investigative, and prosecution and coordination to provide centralized reporting, location for informative resources, and private businesses, public to avoid duplicative efforts. For example, law enforcement agencies at the center share information gathered from the This was a huge thing. So when they're involved, it's about getting everybody's information to the same place at the same time. All sites previously associated with StreamEast will all be redirected to ACE Watch Legally page, which provides links to authorized streaming and video providers. Can we try it? Is this allowed? I mean, I'm scared to go to it. I don't want, I don't want to. It just gave me like this site is unsafe thing, so I'm not gonna mess with it today. Back to this. This announcement comes the day before the NFL regular season kicks off. Okay, that's a good article. Now the reason I wanted to start with that is because I did see another one. Where is it? Oh, here. Front Office Sports. I love Front Office Sports. Drop this article. The death. And in Front Office Sports, those who don't know, really well accredited sports journalism. They did a really good job reporting kind of the business side of sports. I love it. I love it a lot. The death of StreamEast has been greatly exaggerated. On the third day, StreamEast rose. On the eve of the NFL season, authorities emphatically declared a victory over StreamEast, a pirate streaming site that has been a thorn in the side of professional sports leagues, multi-billion-dollar rights holders. Yeah. However, in the world of recently retired Lee Corso, shout out the Lee Corso callback, not so fast. So Front Office Sports declaring that StreamEast is not dead is a big deal. Like that's a pretty credible news source. The anti-piracy fight effectively amounts to a global game of whack-a-mole. Front Office Sports has already identified a mirror site for StreamEast that remains in active operation as of Thursday. There's also numerous similar platforms that either already existed or are inevitably popping up. StreamEast, and the StreamEast sighting, 2 men were arrested in Egypt. That's not enough. There's got to be more. Like, that's not enough. And I'm sure they had a backup plan. They've been on the run for how long? Like, 1.6 billion clicks, 1.6 billion visits last year. Like, they're on a run, man. Authorities reportedly uncovered a shell company in the United Arab Emirates that allegedly laundered more than $6 million in advertising proceeds since 2010. That's not enough money. Okay, I don't want to get into. I don't want to be a pocket watcher. Last year, the pirate sites meth streams and crack streams went dark in the regulatory crackdown. I remember that. Media has grown more fragmented, requiring an increasing number of paid streaming services to watch games. A large cohort of sports fans has grown to rely on piracy sites to supplement their subscriptions or bypass them entirely. Man, in this economy, you need the pirate, I feel like, right? Like, in this economy, it's okay. 1.6 billion visits, according to The Athletic. The illegal sites can be annoying to navigate, pop-up ads, that cut out at important times, but they can save fans thousands of dollars. League networks and streaming services want fans to be spending that money on their services. Obviously, they're paying to support. Yeah, also, it's like when you negotiate a deal, you want numbers to become, okay, so wait, this is fascinating. This is what else I know. One of the things that a lot of negotiation in like the TV world, the issue is the outdatedness of how they get ratings. There has not been a super accurate way to like accumulate all the streaming stuff. Now, this happened the other day that I didn't really connect it till I was on Stream Now, but Nielsen is the name of the company that does all the radio ratings and all the TV ratings. And the other day, I saw an interesting article because they went through a big change in regards to how they're doing things. Because like there was like some worry about, okay, like Nielsen, who does the ratings for cable, they haven't been able to really keep up with the streaming stuff and haven't been able to come up with accurate numbers in regards to streaming. only accurate numbers in regards to cable. And the reason I even thought about this today was because I saw that Fox Sports put out like how good their ratings were, but the ratings were comparing this year's numbers, and most people don't know this. This year's numbers were cable and streaming, I believe. And they were comparing those numbers to past numbers, but like the casual like fan like wouldn't even realize that. Nielsen is keeping track of so much more viewing data in the age of streaming that getting to a final count of TV audiences is taking a little bit more time. The measurement giant, which recently wanted approval to include viewership data from smart TVs. So keep that in mind. What day was this written? 2 days ago. 2 days ago, they just wanted approval to include viewership data from smart TVs. So, like, all the ratings last year, like, everybody that watched Ohio State, like, whatever, last year on a smart TV, that was not part of the ratings. And so this year, when they're flexing, like, they're flexing their numbers, right? Like, sorry, these are just my closer look bookmarks. Yeah, like this, they try to dunk on my boy DG. Sundays are for the Big Noon Kickoff boys. Fox's Big Noon Kickoff scored a 3.8 million viewers beginning at 11 a.m. Third most watched edition in Big Noon Kick history. Most watched Big Noon Kick, excluding Ohio State, Michigan matchups, up 306%. Up 306% from last year's Week 1 show. Now, people wondered, would the Big Noon Kickoff show do well? Because Game Day was also there on Lee Corso's last day, and like this looks crazy because here we go. If they're up 306% and the other one is up a big percent, like who didn't watch? And this from DG, you can't see it. Okay. We still don't have ratings for Portnoy's Big Noon Kickoff. What are they hiding? See, again, like casual people wouldn't really know about this. Sundays are for Big Noon Kickoff, up 306%. And then you realize it's because the measurement giant recently wanted approval to include viewership data from smart TVs. We are now comparing we didn't have smart TV data in the other ones, but we have them now, but no one's disclosing that. Along with its usual panel of video consumers, Final Whatever includes people who watch traditional linear TV as well as streaming services will take as much as 2 to 3 days following a specific premiere. Oh my goodness, Dave Portnoy and Fox, like it's just a brilliant play by them. Dylan was right. It was taking longer than usual, but not because of what they're hiding. They're gathering more data because they have way more of an audience now because now they're including streaming. And nobody knows they weren't including streaming before. So people are thinking, oh shit, 306%, this is a huge deal. And Fox is flexing because Fox has been hearing so much shit about how shitty it's going to be and how they're not going to do ratings because they're at noon, when in reality, the ratings are only up because the method of calculation is up. Because last year's rating didn't include streaming. This year's ratings do. It's like a brilliant like mind fuck. When you have this much data that people have to adapt to, well, it's not going to be easy to take all the panel information and dissect it. Media companies will still be able to release viewership information sooner in a cycle, but will have to label those as preliminary rather than final. So a network that airs the Super Bowl or whatever. Okay, let's see if preliminary. No, it's not preliminary. Here, and you guys can't see it. But this is what I'm talking about. If you could see it now. Nielsen Media Research. Dave is a master manipulator. He tried to clown DG because DG said, what's taking so long? And instead of giving an honest answer, he waited till the monster numbers were posted, but failed to tell DG or tell anybody that the numbers are partially so monstrous because they're calculating them differently than they ever have because they just won the appeal to include smart TVs. They just won the appeal to get all the information, including all the streaming information, is now what they're doing, which is why it's taking longer. Brilliant play by Dave, and the casual viewers won't ever get that. But now, streaming numbers are probably going to be more easy to, I guess, like, calculate. Yeah. They're going to be easier to calculate. So it's like we've got the Nielsen figuring out their ratings on streaming and smart TVs at the same time as we have StreamEast getting shut down as the same time as the first big noon kick happens. Connect the dots, just unpacking it. Thanks guys for pulling up. I mean, this one's not Michigan, so I don't expect it to do crazy, but this is, I guess, part of the unpacking a full story. I'll be around. Appreciate you guys. This is literally how numbers lie and how Dave is getting completely over on everyone. Like he's pulling a fast one on everybody because this is crazy, right? Like for the big noon kickoff, up 306% over last year's show. That doesn't make sense because it is week one, the same week that Lee Corso is having his last day. So you would think that you would see a big spike over there, numbers down on Fox normally, unless you added millions and millions and millions of new people that like to watch it, I guess. So it's like this got slipped through the cracks, and Fox is really, really lucky that it was Texas week one. Because think about it. It doesn't make any sense for them to be up over 306% on Lee Corso's last day. It doesn't make sense. It just can't be a thing unless you add millions of new devices, which is exactly what the Nielsen ratings have done. Nielsen's big data and panel technology wins accreditation ahead of TV upfront. Again, Fox is really lucky that they had Texas week one. So it kind of slipped through the cracks a little bit because if they did this and they had Grambling week one and they were up 306%, it would look way more fishy. Now, I'm not sure if anybody really digs into this kind of thing except for me. And it caught my attention because it is Nielsen. And here's more on the original Nielsen article that got cited in the other article about the approval for how they're doing metrics now. Nielsen said it's big data and panel national audience measurement technology, which relies on information about smart TV screen viewership as well as companies' usual panel of consumers, passed scrutiny of the MRC, an independent organization that vets all forms of media measurements for the U.S. Nielsen is the first. It's low. Nielsen is the first to gain accreditation for the technology. The new data comes from an audience of interactions with cable, satellite, set-top boxes, and smart TVs across 45 million households and 75 million devices. Nielsen said that it would endorse a new measurement for the currency in the next upfront market when the TV networks and streamers try the bulk of their commercial inventory. That is it. It's like you're wondering how the world on Lee Corso's last day, Fox could be up 300%. And it's not because the Texas game is big. It's not because Urban Meyer's so good. It's not because of Mark Ingram. It's because there's new devices being added that haven't ever been added in previous years. And so they're comparing their new numbers to the old metrics that didn't get to include smart TVs. It's brilliant. Like Dave Portnoy pulled a fast one, and he knew he's a smart guy. This came out in January. We got the new data. So after the last big noon kick. Wild. The accreditation of Nielsen's big data panel is a landmark for TV ratings and will forever change audience measurements. No one else pairs high-quality representative panel with data set this large. Oh my God, a data set this large, pulling from smart TVs and set-top boxes more than 45 million homes. It just gives a more accurate measurement. Here we go. The approval, latest one by Nielsen, is a series of setbacks in 2021. The company lost the backing for its national rating service months following claims of underreporting audience amid the coronavirus. Nielsen won. Okay, so here we go. Nielsen won the approval for the use of first-party live streaming data for media companies whose viewership it tabulates, a move that both Amazon and the NFL both backed. Let's go to this. Let's see what this is. November 1st, 2024. Nielsen will let media outlets, it tabulates and other move to the measurement. The Media Ratings Council, an independent body. We're thrilled and humbled to earn first-party approval from the MRC and affirmation in speed of the market. So we're adding new devices. With time-tested methodologies like accredited persons panel, precise new solutions for the streaming era. We believe that Nielsen is right where the industry needs us to be at the convergence of all the ways people watch content. This will give the industry a true view of linear streaming like we've never had before. So we now have a proper way of linear streaming. Nielsen has campaigned for months to gain approval for the use of the data. Amazon, for example, has begun eager to gain credit for crowds watching Thursday Night Football and believes that Nielsen's own methodology has not always been counting in full. Even the NFL weighed in on the matter, saying it believes Nielsen's technology has become outmoded over time as more viewers take to new devices to watch technology and watch their favorite pieces of entertainment. The big debate around all of this is how do you continue to enhance the traditional panel-based approach and get all the analytics. So they weren't able to properly measure things until the new big tech thing happened. Most executives agree that first-party data will have to be tapped into in order to capture the most accurate portrayal of how many people are watching a particular piece of content, while linear TV broadcasts can be monitored fully. Views on streaming hubs take place behind a paywall, leaving the media owner as the only one that can measure the audience behavior. The approval is likely to give some media companies an advantage over others. Fox, for example, has kept its most watched sports off its streaming properties. There is no stream on the company's free Tubi service for the Sunday afternoon NFL games that are broadcast on Fox. Likewise, companies with similar presence on streaming may not fare as well as those who've carved out more significant market share. Nielsen is under new pressure as media clients such as Paramount Global, Warner Bros., Discovery, NBC all test new alliances with upstart measurement services such as VideoAmp. So basically, these companies, because they didn't feel like Nielsen could capture their streaming audiences the right way, ratings-wise, they were going to go to new, different rating services to get proper ratings from streaming numbers. And I know from my radio days that Nielsen is so against that. They hate that. So I guess back to this article. So now, Nielsen believes the new technology can do more than plan where the advertising ought to be placed based on this tabulation of audience response. Companies might make decisions about their content programming, licensing, carriage fees. This measurement of innovation could be utilized in the media industry beyond advertising, planning, buying. It's helping to inform content programming and licensing decisions along with the carrying fees for TV distribution deals. This is how numbers lie. StreamEast, Dave Portnoy, Fox. Numbers lie, man. Measurement giant recently won an approval to include viewership data from smart TVs. Wild. Nielsen Media Research. Dave is a master manipulator. He tried to clown DG because DG said, "What's taking so long?" And instead of giving an honest answer, he waited till the monster numbers were posted, but failed to tell DG or tell anybody that the numbers are partially so monstrous because they're calculating them differently than they ever have, because they just won the appeal to include smart TVs. They just won the appeal to get all the information, including all the streaming information, is now what they're doing, which is why it's taking longer. Brilliant play by Dave, and the casual viewers won't ever get that. But now, streaming numbers are probably going to be more easy to, I guess, like, calculate. Yeah. They're going to be easier to calculate. So it's like we've got the Nielsen figuring out their ratings on streaming and smart TVs at the same time as we have StreamEast getting shut down, as the same time as the first big noon kick happens. Connect the dots, just unpacking it. Thanks, guys, for pulling up. I mean, this one's not Michigan, so I don't expect it to do crazy. But this is, I guess, part of the unpacking of full story. I'll be around. Appreciate you guys.